Connecting Cultures follows the life of foreigners in our country. Our program is true stories told by representatives of many nations living and developing in Kazakhstan, and for whom our country has become home.
Today in the program, a virtuoso of Georgian cuisine, the executive chef of the chain of restaurants in Almaty, Iana Iantbelidze.
It is human nature to dream. The dream is the aim for attainment of which various obstacles have to be overcome. The dream is a reflection of the character and it's conducive to self-development and improvement of certain human qualities. Happy is the one whose childhood dreams come true and create the ground for new beginnings. However, our heroine's dream related to her professional activity is not a child's but an adult's one. And exactly this wish has been the first step which has led Iana Iantbelidze to Kazakhstan.
The ancient and picturesque city of Georgia, Tbilisi, is native to the heroine of our program. She began to discover the sights of her homeland at an early age. Every weekend, Iana's parents took the time for walks in and around the city that contributed to familiarization of our heroine with historically significant places and magnificent views of native Georgia.
Iana, you come from Tbilisi. Could you tell us about unique attractions and features of life in the city and in the country as a whole?
Tbilisi is a beautiful city where you can see an old and a modern city. You can visit there Sameba, Fortress Narikala, places, ski resorts like Gudauri, a historical city, Tsketa. Also you can visit mountains, Azbegi, and if you like to swim, you can go to Batumi. Besides that, we have new modern places like Fabrika. It's an art place that includes hostel, restaurants, cafes, shops also, and exhibitions. Georgian people are hospitable, very kind people, and we are kind of conservatives too. We very appreciate family values, so we like to gather family members and have dinners together. Also, we like, as you celebrate Nowruz, we celebrate the day of our city, Tbilisoba. It's kind of festival where we wear the costumes, our traditional costumes, making wines, churchelas, and other sweets.
Childhood is a wonderful period. How bright were your childhood years and what kind of child were you?
My childhood was very nice. I was a calm child, but at the same time, if somebody told me not to do something, I'm gonna do that. For example, I can tell you that once I burned my house because mom told me not to play with matches, and that's what I did.
Oh my god! And that probably characterizes you.
Yes, it characterizes me, and even now I like to break rules.
This girl is very positive, purposeful, quite ambitious and likes to make experiments. I really like her as a boss. We found common ground. As a staff, we jokingly call her our witch, due to her mood, good or bad, when she comes to work. So each time we think, what should we expect from her today?
What profession did you dream of as a child and what changed your dream?
As a child, I dreamed to become a lawyer. My godmother is working at this fair too, and it's a very hard work because you often have to visit prisons. So when my parents heard about that I want to become a lawyer too, they insist to change my mind, and that's why I become a student of a financial university.
And how come the graduate of the Institute of Finance got into cooking? Were your parents pleased about this choice?
After I finished university, I noticed that it wasn't mine, and I started for looking myself. I started making handmade jewelries and embroideries. Then I started searching like simple recipes like cupcakes and pie, baking pies. I found that I liked this work and I realized that I was good at it. One day when I was sitting in the social media, I accidentally saw the advertisement of Culinary Academy of Georgia. I was very inspired to go there and learn more cooking. Actually, my interest for cooking started at the age of 22. Before that, I only knew how to make eggs and fried potatoes. So when I asked my parents for a present for my birthday to pay for my education at the Culinary Academy, they were shocked. But later then they agree with me because restaurant business in Georgia is flourishing, and maybe someday I could open my own restaurant, or at least I could professionally cook for my future husband.
How had you worked your way from a student of the Culinary Academy to the post of chef before you came to Kazakhstan?
After I finished Culinary Academy, I started working with my lecturer. After that, we opened our burger house that is still working, and it's my child project. I think that the heart of restaurant is the kitchen. So people who work in kitchen know the right things, how to create and how to sell these things to people. We want to show that the owners must be the right people, and it was us cooks, the team of cooks.
In what ways does your burger house differ from the other ones?
I can say that it's a fast food, but it's also healthy food. So we want to show that you can eat burger, but it's not junk food. It also can be healthy if you cook it right. If you know how to cook it, so you can make any fast food healthy. After that, I decided to start working as a chef at bowling club, and the last place I worked was a museum hotel Tbilisi at the center of city.
My first impressions of Iana were doubts about her, because I thought that so young lady would hardly be able to create something that would amaze us. But later, when I was getting to know her as a cook better, I realized that she is certainly the person who brings a fresh wave to everything. Today, food culture is rapidly evolving, and Iana is the person who has brought to our country, to our restaurant, New Georgia.
Was it hard for you to work with a new team and be a chef?
Working in a hotel was hard but interesting for me because there was some administrative things that I did not know, and it was kind of challenge for me. Also, it was very interesting to work with three concepts at the same time. There was a lounge bar, there was a European cuisine, and my kind of experiment, the Georgian Persian cuisine that did not exist. It was a good experience that makes me brave to come here.
And what caused you to come to our country?
I worked in a hotel for 2 years, and then I decided to make some changes in my life. I'm starting for looking for new job. Going to the interview, I met there my old friend, and then she told me that there is opportunity to go to Kazakhstan and work there as a branch chef. I like that idea, and so I'm here.
Currently, our heroine, holding the post of executive chef, manages the work of the chefs of the Georgian restaurant chain in Almaty city, monitoring the process of cooking dishes and their quality. At that, Iana Iantbelidze does not just apply a creative approach towards the development of the menu. Her main goal is to bring an original taste to Georgian dishes, thereby to familiarize the people of Kazakhstan with modern Georgia.
I'm glad that working in this restaurant I have opportunity to open myself and have some new experiments to create something that I did not do. I put my vision to this kitchen, like special dishes from Iana. It's like panna cotta with saperavis. As you know, the panna cotta is a traditional Italian dessert, and I decide to add some Georgian taste. So I take Georgian wine and add it to this dessert. So I can tell now it's like a Georgian Italian dessert. Yeah.
What notable features of your work at the Almaty restaurant can you mention?
I like people. I like team. They're very open-minded, open-hearted. They love Georgia, Georgian people, cuisine, tastes. They're very comfortable for me, and I think I'm also comfortable for them. So we are on the same wave, I can say.
In your opinion, why is the Georgian cuisine in great demand among the local people?
We have the same tastes. We like the same products like meat, dough, spices. And the only difference is that Georgian cuisine have a specific taste. So I think that people want to know something new.
As a creative person, Iana was keen on dancing and singing in her early years. Today, her passion is photography. Generally, shooting objects are her newly invented dishes. However, nature and surrounding world are often caught on her camera as well.
Is there anything about the culture of Kazakh people and the way of their life that has impressed you?
I was at the Nowruz here, and it was amazing. I like the costumes and how it was organized. I liked it very much. The other thing that impressed me at Nowruz was the long-wind musical instrument that is called karnai. The sound of this instrument was very unusual for me, but it was very beautiful. Also, I was here at the Women's Day, and I really like how the city organized this celebration. When I go through streets, I saw a lot of billboards here, and you feel that everybody is celebrating this day. Yeah, I get a present from my team, and it was very unexpected, but very pleasant.
As a person, Iana is of course very friendly, frank, simple, true and sincere. And there is no need to be afraid of her, since she is not strict, but still she follows the rules and principles of her work. We respect her unconditionally, and I think Iana has got a lot ahead of her, and she will definitely surprise us.
I feel like I'm home. Everybody in Tbilisi thought that I will miss them, but no. I enjoyed my life here.
You dreamed of establishing a cooking school. Is this dream still your main goal to be achieved?
No, my dream has changed, and now I want to open my little restaurant in Tbilisi, in Old Tbilisi, and I want to work there as a cook. Not chef. It's a difficult thing to open your own restaurant, but work full of emotions and me.
What do you think you have to do to achieve that goal?
At first, I have to improve my skills as a cook, and then I have to create my own style in Georgian cuisine. Now I'm working here. It's the good opportunity to me to explore the Kazakh cuisine, to create something new for me. I think maybe I will create dishes like a fusion with the Georgian and Kazakh style. Besides that, when we opened Burger House, there were 5 people. And now, when I open my restaurant, I will be there alone, and it's a kind of challenge for me, and it's risky also. So that's why I wanna do this.
In a quarter of a century, Kazakhstan and Georgia have built a profound cultural, economical and political relationship. and mutual interest in features of national cuisine demonstrates how strong friendly relations have been established between nations of these two countries.